Hey everyone, hope you're having a fantastic day. So, not too long ago, I decided to upgrade my rig. There was a deal at Micro Center, and I put in a Ryzen 9 7950X 3D. So we went AMD, and I wanted to test Minecraft and see what sort of performance we can get out of this chip, how much 3D V cache helps, and everything. So, and to sort of give any potential buyers sort of an idea of the kind of performance you can expect. So to start up, we're going to be using the Quake Pro FOV settings, pretty much just my standard settings I use when I play Minecraft. No shaders, 16 render distance because this is the highest you're going to get on most servers. And I'm running on a server world just to give you an idea too of what you can expect joining a server like Hypixel. And you can see I have like fast math and fast render and all these on to sort of give us the best possible scenario as far as performance without sacrificing visual quality. And I've gone ahead and disabled clouds because they just kind of get in the way and there's no motion blur or anything. So this is just a 1.16 world, and I play on 1.16, and I'm doing this test on it because this is the last the last update before Minecraft updated to the Caves and Cliffs update, and that introduced a much higher / lower world limit, which created a situation where the game is much more demanding. So 1.16 should give you a good baseline to compare to older versions of Minecraft. I may test on 1.12 just to be sure and 1.7, but this should be a good baseline test. So I uncapped the FPS, and as you can see right now we're getting 690, 680, so we're getting comfortably above 600 FPS. I've even seen it hit 900 in some areas. In the overworld, we've got water, and we're getting lows in the 200s, 300s. We may have some sort of issues sometimes. Yeah, like it's dropping down to 55 sometimes for 1%, but it's really just staying above. Like, this is comfortable. I usually play with an FPS counter anyway. And by the way, I'm using an RTX 3090 Ti, just the Founders Edition, but that should matter very little when it comes to the actual performance, because we're not using any shaders packs or any advanced graphics mods. We're relying on basically the base game itself, and I am running Optifine, because if you play Minecraft with no Optifine, what are you doing? It's free performance. But we're getting really good FPS. You see it's 260. Some of these chunks should be more as well. And I did turn off fog as well, just because I prefer to just see the little chunks rather than the fog. But it doesn't really matter that all that much. And I'm just gonna go around more and sort of give you an idea of what you can expect in different areas and different environments. But flying right now, we are getting exceptionally good frame rates. This is comfortably playable. I mean, if you have a 240 Hz monitor, 360 Hz monitor, I feel like you would get a much better experience because you'd actually be able to take more of an advantage of those higher frame rates. I'm running 144 Hz on 1440p right now, and I'm sure if you drop the game to 1080 or even to 720, you could get even higher frame rates. But I think it's safe to say this thing runs Minecraft, and I am getting really high performance. If you guys are interested in a comparison with my old CPU, I used to run an i9-9900K from Intel. Let me know. Another thing I forgot to mention is I'm running 64 gigs of RAM on DDR5. The memory's rated for 6,000 megahertz, but I'm having an issue with this board where it's not taking Expo to get the full 6,000 megahertz. It's not really working, so I'm running at 4,800, but it's still incredibly fast. And I don't think we're going to run into any sort of memory bottleneck, because if you look, I allocated 8 gigs of RAM to Minecraft, and it's not even using, it's using about 5, and I've not seen it go above 6. It's gone maybe 6.5. I've never seen it at 7. So I don't think allocating RAM is really. And I am running this server on this computer, which is also using 8 gigs of RAM, so that'll add more overhead. So if you were playing on single player or playing on somebody else's server, you may actually get more performance. And as you can see in the Nether, because there's like less blocks, we're getting better frame rates in some areas. And the server is running on vanilla, so you can maybe even get better performance if you ran it on paper as well. But this is definitely good enough for the average user. And one more thing I'm going to try is the end, both because it should be the most performant area of the game because the lack of blocks, because of the presence of such a large void, and also because I have many builds here in certain areas, so that's going to let us gauge what the game renders like when you have lots of complicated buildings and stuff. So running down this ice bridge, we're getting 900 frames, dropping down to 400, high 400s, low 500s. And as you can see, when when we're not looking at anything crazy, we can get over 1,000 frames, which is absolutely insane. Especially since this is running on Java, and Minecraft is notoriously poorly optimized for multi-core CPUs. And I mean, the CPU is a 16-core, but it's insane, honestly. So this is like my main hub, and I wanted to go here because there's a lot more stuff going on. We have a farm running over there. And Minecraft is really bottlenecked by the tick calculations are usually done on 1 core. So this area should have worse performance, and we are seeing worse performance dipping into the 400s. It hit 230, I believe, not too long ago. But still, even in an area like this, okay, see, it's like dropping down to 190 and 70 in some cases. But even in an area like this, where we have a lot of villagers, we're running villager AIs, the block tick rates of that farm, and we have to deal with all that, and these beacon effects, it's still comfortably sitting above 100 FPS, rarely dropping down. So one last area I'm going to check out is my area with all my builds, just to kind of get an idea of what Minecraft is going to look like with a large number of builds and blocks. And that should be interesting. I don't know if it'll be significantly different because of the total number of blocks, but we'll see. This should be, I would think, a very demanding area because of all the blocks in it, but maybe not, actually, because the chunks don't have... Yeah, because the chunks don't have any blocks besides the builds. There's not a bunch of ground. It's actually running really well. We're sitting at 900, dropping down to 400s at the lows. This is just... I know I keep saying it, but this is unbelievable performance in my computer, when I was like 10, when I first got this game, my little laptop, it wasn't even my laptop, it was my mom's laptop, it had a little AMD Athlon. Couldn't even run this game at like 10 frames. It was maybe 15 frames on a good day. It was really struggling, and I remember playing that all the time. And now just to see this game run at such flawless performance, even with these large areas, it's just absolutely insane to me. And it's definitely much higher than my other CPU. I don't remember, like, I didn't extensively test it, but I don't think I ever hit 900 FPS on this game. I think the highest I hit was like 600. Which, I mean, doesn't really matter if you're on 144 Hz. You're just going to cap your FPS anyway, but it's cool. So that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you're considering buying this processor, because you play a lot of Minecraft, or if you're just curious, I hope it helped you. I hope you found it enjoyable and helpful in your purchasing decisions that you may have. Anyway, that's it. Have a great day or night or whatever time it is for you right now. Alright, goodbye.